I want to make sure that you are wise in all your business dealings, and your first line of business, if you're not into business yet and you're an employee, is the aspect of getting as many options as possible as employers, okay? For employers. Like, understanding that you are an employee, you need a lot of options for you to be able to increase the amount of income that you want and have leverage in a position where you don't have much leverage, okay? When people are saying they want to employ you, you are kind of at their mercy, and you want to eliminate the at mercy as much as you possibly can. And in order for you to do that, the only way that you can do that is by having a lot of options. That is the name of the game. That is the name of the game for life. The more options you have, the more life is working. This is what is called abundance. You want to have an abundance mindset? You better have an abundance of options in your life in general, because then that becomes part of your identity of having abundance happening to you so that you're never in a shortage of things, right? So keep it simple for you. When you are looking for a job, if that's what you are, or you already have a job, you want to make sure that you have, again, as many options as possible. What happens as a result of that? You become now in high demand. The more options you've got, the higher demand there's going to be for you. When you begin to reject options and say, I'm not interested in working for you, or screw you because I'm going to work for them instead, and I'm so glad I'm leaving you guys behind, man. F you guys. Like, all that stuff, bro, never ever do that. No matter how much you can't stand people or have a hard time with people, you should try to the best of your ability to keep doors open and to not ever burn bridges. There's a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. You should never do the opposite of alienating people and losing friends. Okay? Make everyone your friend. Even your enemies. Make everyone. Because the more friends you've got, the more helpers you've got. Right? Do you want to have 8 billion people that work against you? Or do you want to have 8 billion people that work for you and are willing to give you a favor and are willing to, help you with this and help you with that? Everyone is working in your favor if that is what you first believe. I'm going to have a positive mindset of believing that everyone wants to help me. Fantastic. And now I act as if everyone wants to help me. How do I behave if I believe that everyone wants to help me? Well, I help everyone. I create as many opportunities for other people as I can. So when you are in that mode of trying to get employment, and then you're in employment and you're trying to raise your income in that employment, you want to make sure you have tons of continuous options. And the way that you do that is by continuing to apply for jobs. Now, some jobs won't like that you continue to apply for jobs, but that is your right as an employee to keep applying for jobs until you find a better one. Now, it's not always the best part to leave for a job that just has a better salary. You want to make sure that you always are staying in a job that has the most consistency, that has the best environment or positivity, and then how much you make comes after that. Like, how sustainable can you be in that job? How risky is that job? Those are the things that actually matters if you want to become, successful in business on the side. Because that's what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to find a job that we're going to keep for the next 20 years or next 10 years or even 5 years. We're not doing that. We're just developing options so that you can have the best deal while you're trying to create the best deal on the side with business. And you create that high demand, and once you have found a place you can call home, you go all in and you put in massive effort to make sure that you retain that job and at least go, 80% in effort into that job. You can't go 90 to 100% because it's too much. You might be tempted to get a promotion. You might be tempted to, have everyone look at you and be like, gosh dang, bro, he's the best one we've got. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, you're trying to build a business on the side. And the more you get tempted by promotions and higher salaries and higher bonuses and all that stuff, it's taking away from you actually building something worthwhile on the side. You want to make sure that you are working harder on your business than you're working on your job. And if you're working 100% on your business, do everything you can with everything you do. No, you can't do that. You gotta do 80%, in your job to make sure that everything goes smoothly. But then you gotta put 80% in your business as well, right? That becomes a lot of effort, if you're doing the 80-hour work week. But it's enough effort to keep things going sustainably. You've got a lot of options now, right? Okay. When things don't work out, if you find a job and things are just not the way that you were hoping them to be, in other words, you've got something else that's a better alternative, how do you leave that place? The best way to leave that place is doing it amicably, okay? Friendly, in a way of, man, I really, really enjoyed working with you guys. I have received so much, joy, like, the collaboration, the way that you hired me was so amazing, and this is such a great group of people. And I just have so many opportunities out there. Like, if this and this was different, I would have loved to keep staying with you guys, And then you might be offered a higher salary for no reason, just because they want to keep you there because you're so friendly and nice and doing a great job. But then you're like, but their schedule, what I've been offered, this is what I've been offered elsewhere with this schedule and this salary. Obviously, you can't do this again and again and again and again, because then it becomes too much and it's like, okay, just leave, all right? We don't want you here anymore because you're just causing problems. But you can do this approximately every 6 months, every year, and say that this is the situation. Like, I love working here. And you actually have to show that you are enjoying working there. And, if I didn't have this opportunity, and if it's sometime, like, if something happens in the future, bro, like, I would love to continue working here. If you guys don't mind that, we will just take a pause from here. I'll go work there for some time and try that out. I really think that can help me, to further my career, etc. But I might be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I want to come back to you guys because I love working with you guys. Now, obviously, don't lie, right? But don't burn bridges. Don't close doors, because the less you close doors, the less you burn bridges when it comes to having options, when it comes to the employer, situation that you're in as an employee, the higher demand there's going to be for you, and the higher pay you're going to be able to get, and the more people are going to want to retain you, right? It's the same thing when you're dating. I don't recommend that you do that, but it is what it is. Like, when multiple women want you at the same time, your value increases. There's a higher demand for you. And it's messed up if you actually use that. This is the only place where you should not play the massive options game and you're screwing women over. That's bad. Don't ever do that. I don't believe in that stuff, right? I'm talking now exclusively about the employer and employee situation where you want to be, you want to have the best terms as possible, while at the same time making sure that there's high demand for your services. And then once you get into business, you're going to that's just going to be your identity of having a lot of options. Now, I do want to mention something about loyalty, okay? There are some people that value loyalty way more than opportunism, right? I'm one of those people. So although you need to have options open, there is a higher interest, like for people that are loyal. And loyalty comes over time. And the things that if you're jumping ship all of the time, I don't recommend that either. Because people are going to look at you and look at your resume and see like, man, you never keep a job. Like, you keep jumping and jumping and jumping. Like, so why should we hire you, right? That's actually closing doors. That's actually, burning ships. And I mean, burning bridges. Because people won't even give you a chance if they see that you are an opportunistic guy, that kind of jumps ships as soon as you find something better. Instead, be that loyal guy that manages to keep all doors open and all bridges, open as well, while at the same time being extremely loyal as a friend, as an employee, and as someone you can trust and someone who's reliable. Be wise in those dealings that you have with people, and don't overdo what I say in this video, but you still need to understand that this is how the game works and that you need to have leverage. Leverage is what creates high demand, is what creates high income, and it's what creates success in business in general anyway, right? It's all about working with people, and it's all about understanding how to communicate, how to say things in such a way and in such an angle that they still love you and be like, man, when you leave out that door, right? You leave, and then the manager turns around to the other employees, man, I just wish that all of the employees were just like that guy, man. I really hope that he comes back to us. That's how you want to leave people, where they're excited to see you again. And every time they see you again, they're like, hey, man, when are you coming back to work with us, man? We really miss you. That's what you want, because that proves that you left them in the right way and you're still loyal to them and they're loyal to you. So that when you do come back to them, whenever you need a favor or whenever you need a job or a situation where you can collaborate, it's there, right? And that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Let's have an amazing day. Subscribe, like. See you in the next one.